On this episode of Geek with Glasses, we are going to take a look at the wireless media drive by SanDisk Connect. We're going to open this up, take a look at the device really quick, and then talk briefly about the pros and cons of this device and actually see it in action. So stay tuned for that. All right, folks, here we have it. This is the wireless media drive by SanDisk. This is the 64 gig model. You can also get this in a 32 gigabyte model. Let's take a quick look at the packaging. Just a picture of the device showing you some streaming to different mobile devices. On the one side we have box contents is a wireless media drive, USB cable, and a quick start guide. On the other side, just quick system requirements, USB connector, mobile device, iOS 6.0 or higher, Android 2.3 or higher, PC and Mac, so on and so forth. USB 2.0, we're definitely going to talk about the fact that that's only USB 2.0 in a moment. And then on the back, it just talks about fitting your lifestyle, works with iPads, iPhones, iPod Touches, Kindle Fire, Android devices, and PC and Mac compatible computers. Works wirelessly via 802.11 BGNN. Up to 8 hours of continuous streaming, simultaneously connect up to 8 devices and stream video in high def to up to 5 devices, supports music files, photos, music and documents. You can Wi-Fi password protect this, and accessible up to 150 feet away. Obviously, this is 150 feet unobstructed. If you're in a house with lots of wireless stuff, you're probably not going to get 150 feet. And the cool part about this is it also has an additional SD card slot that you can use as expandable storage or a quick way to get media files on and off of the device. So let's go ahead. I've already opened this up and actually set it up and got it working. So no tape to cut. Let's pull that aside and take a look at the instructions we get here. I actually got a multi-language version of the instructions that's actually very complex in trying to figure out where the English components of the instructions are. So I'm just going to set this aside and get it out of the video. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Easier to just go online and take a look at the English version of the PDF, which is what I ended up doing. Here we have the container. We got the device, which is actually a really awesome size. We do have a micro USB cable. This is for charging and or data transfer between your computer system to put media files on, or we can use that expandable drive that we talked about. So here's the device. It's actually a really sleek looking device. I like it a lot. It's got this nice textured, you can hear that kind of a thatchwork top on it, which it's pretty reflective, kind of cool. Got the SanDisk logo. It's kind of got a old school Apple TV look around the side, which is kind of nice. It does have a non-skid rubberized bottom so that you can put this on a surface and it's not going to fall away. On the back of the device we have a micro USB for charging and data transfer from the computer. On one side we do have that expandable SD slot, and I did notice that this dummy is a little bit pain in the butt to get in and out, but this is where you can expand the storage. 64 gigs built in, and I believe it takes up to 64 gig in SD card slot as well, and I could be wrong on that, but I thought that's what I read. On the front we have 3 indicators here. Let's see if we get my camera to focus here. You'll see that we have, there, look at my hand, there we go. So we have 3 buttons. We have turned on, connected via Wi-Fi, and internet connection, and we'll talk about that. So it's very simple to turn this device on. We just hold the button down and you will see the LED. Hold it for 3 seconds and we have power. And we're going to set that down, just put it right here in frame, and we're going to bring my phone over. And the cool part is once you start dumping files onto this drive, it is actually going to be able to stream that directly, creating its own Wi-Fi hotspot. And this does a lot of really cool things for me and my family. So if I open up my Wi-Fi settings here and do a search, you'll see that I'm connected to my, my normal, excuse me, my normal house Wi-Fi. Let's go back. And you'll see we have let's move the phone up here a little bit. You'll see that we have a SanDisk Media, so we can connect to that wirelessly. So we are now making a direct connection, and you'll see some blinking lights on the device here to indicate that we have connected to this device, and it is actually streaming data right here, this second light, and that'll start blinking. And now I'm actually connected from my device over to the wireless hotspot that is built into the drive. So we come over here, we find my app, the Media Drive app, and this automatically connects to the device and allows me to start streaming video and content. As you can see, it's got a built-in videos, music, and photos folder, and then we can browse files directly if we don't want to look at them in thumbnails. We have a configuration option here where we can come in and get information on battery life, amount of memory that is still available, and if you have an additional expanded card, you'll get that information on here as well. And then we have a really cool connection which is connect to the internet. What this allows you to do is connect your SanDisk media storage to your home Wi-Fi so that you have pass-through. So what ends up happening is the minute you change this phone to connect to that device, you lose internet connection on this phone unless you were to go in and make it connect and set it to connect to a Wi-Fi that is in your network. And you'll see that I am connected to, actually let me type in my password here real quick. I have a password set to where it will connect this device to my house Wi-Fi and gives me pass-through internet connection. It's going to do a reset here. Unfortunately, this takes a few seconds. This is one of the downfalls, and while this is going, I will talk about one of the other cons of the device, in which this is USB 2.0. I use this to put video content on it to stream while I'm in my car. My kids can use their iPads and watch movies directly off of this. I also use this if I'm traveling. I put my video content that I want to watch, my podcasts, and my movies that I want to take with me. I buy small, you know, I've only got the 16 gig iPhone. I only have a 16 gig iPad, so I can only put so much data on those devices. But what happens with this is it allows me to put all of that information directly on the drive and carry it with me. So that gives me 64 gigs of storage for movies and media, or expand it out to 128 gigs of movies and media on my device. And media files can be quite large. You know, I got 3 gig 1080p videos that are stored on here, and using a 2.0 USB connection to connect and copy these files down is horrible. It takes forever. And I would not recommend transferring large files, excuse my cough. I would definitely recommend popping this SD card into your Mac or into your PC, copying the media files over, and then copying from the media card onto the internal storage, which is one of the options that you have. So here, if we take a look at the videos on my phone, it is telling me that I am not connected. So let's go ahead and go back out to my settings, probably because it reset and it connected me to Wi-Fi. So let's connect to my SanDisk Media Drive. And once I've done that, we'll pull this up here and connection. Come on, technology. There we go. So I'm now connected to the SanDisk Media Drive. If I come back over here and I open my SanDisk app, I will be connected and I will be able to see videos. So if I select videos, here's all the videos that I currently have on here. These are videos that I've got set up for my kids to watch at any point in time. So let's hit Big Hero 6. It takes a few minutes to buffer that connection and start streaming, but once it does, you can have this streaming HD video to up to 5 devices at a time, which is really nice. And you could have separate videos. So here we have Big Hero 6 playing on my iPhone, coming directly off the SanDisk, and you'll see there's a little bit of latency if I do a scrub and fast forward a little bit. You know, it's a second or so latency. It's not horrible, but the cool part is I've got 6 videos on here. I could have music on here. I could have photos on here. My wife, my 2 teenagers, and my 3-year-old could all be watching separate movies on their devices at the same time, and that's what I think makes this device really, really cool. Again, you know, I save a little money when I buy my devices because I buy a lot of devices. You know, I've got an iPhone, my wife has an iPhone, my 13-year-old, my 16-year-old, they all have iPhones. And if they want to watch videos while we're driving, let's say the vacation that I just got back on, they can I can set this on the dashboard of my truck, or even in the glove box if I wanted to, and they can stream this. And I'm going to start using this more when I'm traveling. I'll actually just turn this on when I get to the airport and sit and use my iPad or my iPhone to watch movies and go through the process of, you know, my entertainment while I'm on my flights. And again, I don't have any music or photos on here. I just have movies on here right now. But there you have it. There's a quick look. And again, one of the things I wanted to point out to you, the cool part is if we connect it to the internet, we can actually enable security. So I have WPA protection set up on the device. So this is connecting to my Wi-Fi. My phone is connecting to this. My phone gets internet through this device. And as you can see, I do, you know, I'm connected to my SanDisk, but I can come in here and I can open up YouTube and I have internet connection. Even though it's showing LTE, I'm noticing that there's a little bit of a glitch. I can scroll through here at any point in time, and I can pop on a video, and it's using that device as a pass-through with my Wi-Fi. So there you have it. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to in this video, but I definitely wanted to talk about some of the features. So that is it. That is the SanDisk 64 gig mobile media drive. And it's a really cool device. This allows me to take a lot more content than my native devices can store for traveling and for entertainment purposes. And you can pick these up. 64 gigs is going to run you anywhere between 100 and 120 bucks. 32 gig is going to run you anywhere between 70 and 85, 90 bucks, just depending on where you get it online. I'll have full links to the product in the description below, as well as a place where you can purchase these through Amazon. In all disclosure, it will be an Amazon Associates link, so if you were to pick one of those up, I'll make a couple of bucks off of your purchase, but that's just full disclosure out there. Again, thanks for watching. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, hit us up on Google+, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.